in Siachen Glacier today to celebrate Rakhi with the Jawans who are serving on the border areas. There you can see, of course, Smriti Irani on her way to Siachen over there. She has decided to spend Rakhi with the Jawans at Siachen. The trip, of course, was sanctioned earlier by the Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar during a meeting with Smriti Irani. The army, of course, has been asked to make arrangements for Smriti Irani. But what we are told is that in the government's outreach program, not just Smriti Irani, but other ministers of the government, including, of course, Nirmala Sitharaman, as well as other women ministers in the government, will be travelling to various border areas to celebrate Rakhi with either the army Jawans or BSF Jawans, as may be the case. Smriti Irani, of course, is headed to the Siachen Glacier today to celebrate Rakhi with the army Jawans who are posted there right now. Shravan is on the phone line with me. Shravan, this, of course, is being seen as the government's outreach towards the army as well as the BSF, because not just Smriti Irani but other ministers, women ministers rather, in the government are all travelling to border areas today.
Well, that's right. At least 5 lady ministers in the Modi government now being part of this entire outreach program of the government, where they're basically connecting not just with the tri-services but also with the paramilitary. Given the fact what you're seeing right now on your screen is the Minister of Textile, Smriti Irani, basically going to Siachen and meeting our soldiers there. That is not just that. We're also given to understand Nirmala Sitharaman is also in Arunachal, that with the paramilitary there in Arunachal. What we have basically picked up from the government is that essentially the idea behind this is that the Independence Day celebration should not be just restricted to 15th of August, but this would be a week-long sort of a celebrations where also we're going to be, the idea is to basically connect with these soldiers, those who have been guarding our borders, etc. That is the reason why you're now essentially seeing senior ministers in the Modi government going out and being part of this entire outreach program.
Right, absolutely. What you see on your screen right now are, of course, the mandatory medical checkups that are being done on Smriti Irani. Earlier, BP as well as other checks were done. This is mandatory when you're travelling to Siachen Glacier. Smriti Irani will be meeting several of those Jawans as well as officers who are posted in Siachen currently. But Shravan, as you were telling us, this is a 15-day-long celebration of the 70th Independence Day of India that we are essentially seeing now. Apart from Smriti Irani, there are other ministers, including Nirmala Sitharaman, as well as Uma Bharti, who will be travelling. Give us more details, please.
Well, along with Smriti Irani, we're given to understand that it would be Nirmala Sitharaman who would be in Arunachal, Anupriya Patel would be in Jaisalmer. And remember, this is not just the lady ministers in the Modi government, but we have also seen MOS Home Kiran Rijiju, who also being part of that Tiranga rally. Not just so several senior ministers now essentially being part of this week-long Independence Day celebration. More importantly, given the fact that today is Raksha Bandhan, that is the reason why you're seeing lady ministers now going to forward areas and maybe being part of this entire celebration.
Right, absolutely. Shravan is reporting on the fact that this is part of the government's outreach program. Smriti Irani currently en route to the Siachen Glacier, where she will be meeting several of those Jawans as well as the officers who are posted there. Today, of course, significantly is Raksha Bandhan, and the government, of course, wanting to send out the message that it is keeping in a sense, has an outreach essentially going out to not just the tri-services but as well as to the paramilitary forces. Right now, of course, Smriti Irani being greeted by senior officials at the helipad over there. Shravan, what is the program looking like?
Well, as far as Smriti Irani's program is concerned, what we are picking up from the Ministry of Defence is that she would be going to the base camp. What you're essentially seeing, there would be a proper medical checkup that would be done, because remember, there are harsh conditions under which, as far as the Siachen base is concerned. Thereafterwards, there would be a small program that would be carried out at the base camp itself, and she would there go to the Siachen area where she would be greeted by the senior officers from the army itself. We are being told that this was largely monitored by the Ministry of Defence, given the fact that traveling to Siachen is certainly a tough aspect. More importantly, weather conditions would be very important. That's the reason why we are being told that this would essentially be wrapped up before 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that she could very well return to New Delhi. Apart from that, we're also being told that Nirmala Sitharaman, who would be in Arunachal, would also have a similar sort of a schedule with the paramilitary. Seema Shastrapal would be one of the paramilitary with whom that she would be spending time.
Right, absolutely.